Determine the values of A and B in the following triangle. State your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So the first thing we can notice is that it's a right-angled triangle, which means we can use the ratios of sine, cosine, and tangent to work out the values of A and B. So A sits opposite the angle, and we have the hypotenuse, so that means that we can use the ratio that sine of the angle theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Therefore, sine of 27.8 degrees is equal to the opposite, which is A divided by the hypotenuse, which is 10.2. Multiplying both sides of the equation by 10.2 will allow us to find A by itself, and this gives us that A is equal to 10.2 times sine of 27.8. And to evaluate that correct to 2 decimal places, we're going to need a calculator. So our entry is 10.2 times sine of 27.8, where sine can be found under trig in the keyboard of the Casio ClassPad. And we can see that the value correct to 2 decimal places is 4.76. So A equals 4.76, and the units are centimetres. Next, we want to find B, which is adjacent to our angle, so we can use cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse length. Therefore, cosine of 27.8 is equal to the adjacent length, which is B, over the hypotenuse, which is 10.2. Once again, we can multiply by 10.2 to get B by itself. So this gives B is equal to 10.2 times cosine of 27.8 degrees. And once again, to get the decimal of that, we need to use a calculator. So we put in 10.2 times cos of 27.8, and that is equal to 9.02, correct to 2 decimal places, and the units once again centimetres. And just as a reminder for the calculator, as this is given to us in degrees, we need to make sure degrees is showing down the bottom of the calculator in the settings to make sure these values are correct.